Hi guys, this is 1 minute talk. People ask me several times, why is there a lot of people coming down with cancer in our community? This person is having cancer. Before you know what is happening, this person has been diagnosed of cancer. Before you know what is happening, this person has been diagnosed of cancer. And people keep asking these questions. I say the reason is one, poor knowledge. One, we don't have knowledge of what cancer is. Two, what we put in our mouth is putting us in trouble. Three, our lifestyle is also putting us in trouble. These are some of the reasons why there's high prevalence rates of cancer, be it colorectal cancer, be it lung cancer, be it brain cancer, be it stomach cancer. Is high in our society. In a community where people don't have any regulation, anything they flood into the market, fake medication, fake drinks, fake water, fake food, they put dyes in red oil and what have you. These are some of the reasons why we are having shoot up of cancers in all over the country. And unfortunately, the body who ought to have been regulating these things, they are sleeping and collecting bribe. Quite unfortunate. So what is really causing us to be having this high spike of colorectal cancer, high spike of different type of cancer is, what we are being exposed to. Don't get me wrong. There are some cancers that are genetics. It runs in the family. But however, what facilitates this cancer to show its ugly face is because of what you are exposed to. I give you an instance. For example, people who have colorectal cancer, it could be that it runs in their family, but of course 75% of people who have colorectal cancer, eventually it's sporadic, it just happens. But if eventually it runs in your family, then it becomes a very bad thing, because you eat things that will predispose you to colorectal cancer. For example, we love eating suya. I can tell you that 99% of the suyas we buy around the corner in our houses, they are not regulated. They are roasted over naked flames, coal, exposing this meat to natural semen, which are non-carcinogen. And of course, when you persistently eat this food, what do you think will happen, especially when you have the genes of colorectal cancer in your family? Of course, you'll come down with it sooner or later. So exposing yourself to the risk, things that combine the risk factor of colorectal cancer, of course, will make you have a very high prevalence rate of colorectal cancer in the country. Again, people tend to be promiscuous today in our society. Unfortunately, not even protection, barrier method will save you from it. But if for any reason you are being exposed to you are being exposed to human papilloma viruses that are notorious to cause cervical cancer or throat cancer, then of course you will be at the very receiving end of developing cervical cancer if you are sleeping around, or you are exposed to a man who is already carrying these human papilloma viruses, or you are being exposed as a woman to a man, or you are as a man, you are being exposed to a woman, you are giving oral sex to a woman who is already being exposed to human papilloma virus. There's a very high tendency that eventually in years to come you're going to have throat cancer, unfortunately. And of course the woman, she is going to have cervical cancer. Don't get me wrong, this is not genetic, but it is actually your lifestyle that will expose you to what? Cervical cancer or what? Throat cancer. Now, how about the lung cancer? Unfortunately, smoking in Nigeria is not regulated. Everybody smokes. You go to, you see people sitting in a crowd, everybody is smoking. This one is receiving passive smoking. This one is being active in smoking. Be it vape, electronic cigars, tobacco, igbo, whatsoever you call it, they all carry the same risk factor of being carcinogenic. So if you are not even the one smoking, but you are receiving, you are inhaling it, there's a very high tendency that you will develop lung lung cancer tomorrow. And of course, some of us, we have worked with asbestos. Some persons still work with asbestos. They work in quarries. They work in where they crush stones, and they don't even use protective gears. And these people, not just that they were going to develop lung cancer, they are going to develop progressive lung disease that is not treatable, that is not curable. We call it, pneumoconiosis. These are lung disease, diseases that are common with people who work in quarries. And of course, you're going to see that later in life, they are going to develop diseases that is just like cancer, that is not curable. Then, the last but not the least, people tend to be exposed to, hepatitis B. And unfortunately for them, a lot of persons are not even vaccinated against this hepatitis B. And eventually, in years to come, they will develop, liver cancer. One of the commonest carcinogens that are known to be notorious causing liver cancer is hepatitis B virus. It is the most contagious virus I've ever come across, apart from Ebola and what have you, hemorrhagic viruses. Hepatitis B is highly contagious. About 400 million people all over the world, worldwide, are being infected with these viruses. So you have to protect yourself. So it is important that you, as a person, you get the vaccine. You get hepatitis B virus vaccine. If you are a woman is pregnant, you are a woman and you are pregnant, it is very important that you must ensure you take your vaccinations and ensure that you don't spread this disease to your child, your unborn child. So to wrap it up, you realize that the reason why cancer is, progressive, is increasing in our environment is, one, our lifestyle, the way we live our lifestyle, what we put in our food, our mouth, our water, not regulated, what we, the way we do our things is not regulated. What we do to our thing is not regulated. For example, some of you smoke in public places. You don't care if someone is passively inhaling this or actively inhaling this. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye.